Do I need a permit for a fence or deck? Are you thinking about adding a fence or deck to your property? You might be wondering if you need a permit for that project. The answer is not as simple as yes or no. It really depends on several factors, including where you live, the size of the structure, and even the materials you plan to use. For fences, many cities and towns requiring permits, especially if your fence is taller than 6 feet. The location of the fence on your property can also play a role. If it is close to property lines or in a specific zoning area, you may need to get a permit. Even if you are planning a simple do-it-yourself project, it is a good idea to check local zoning laws. To find out if you need a permit for your fence, contact your local building and permitting department. They can provide you with the specific requirements for your area. If you skip this step and build without a permit, you could face enforcement actions. This might mean having to remove or change your fence, which can be both costly and time-consuming. Now let's talk about decks. Generally, if you are building a new deck or making significant changes to an existing one, you will need a permit. This is especially true if your deck has new footings or framing, or if it covers a large area, like over 100 square feet. If you are only replacing deck boards, you might not need a permit unless you are making structural changes. When applying for a deck permit, you will likely need to submit a site plan. This plan shows where the deck will be located in relation to property lines and existing structures. Be aware that covered decks usually have stricter requirements than open ones. If you are hiring a licensed contractor, they will typically handle the permit application for you. However, if you are taking on the project yourself, make sure you understand the process and secure the necessary permits. From a real estate investing perspective, obtaining the right permits is very important. It ensures that your project meets local building codes and zoning laws, which helps reduce legal risks. Plus, having the proper permits can improve the safety and quality of your improvements. Permitted work can also increase your property's market value and make it more appealing to potential buyers. On the other hand, if you do work without the required permits, you may face challenges when it comes time to sell or finance the property. In summary, whether you need a permit for a fence or deck really depends on local regulations, the size, height, and location of the structure. Always check with your local authorities before starting your project to avoid any complications down the road.